says all set.
Yeah.
Okay, tell me when you're ready, guys.
Yeah, go ahead.
Everybody ready? Okay, first of all, I thought overall it was a very good scrimmage. It was more of a situational scrimmage today. We started out backed up at the -1. We put the ball on the 50-yard line, put the ball on the 25-yard line, then put it on the 5. So we got a lot of good work as far as those things are concerned. We really operated with 2 groups for the most part. At the end, we let all the 3s. I think everybody got a chance to get in. Quarterbacks, we did not let them go live. You know, just kind of big picture coming off the field. I think both of them led to a couple touchdown drives and all that. We'll look at it from once we get done. But like I told our guys, I mean, you know, we're starting to put the pieces of the puzzle. This is a big scrimmage. We'll come back tomorrow. We'll have a helmet-only practice. It'll be more special teams oriented, special situations, 2-minute things like that. And you know, we're starting to get 19 days away from our first opponent. So we'll start kind of cleaning up all the special things that we need to do, situation that we can be prepared for the season. And then we'll start, you know, game planning for our first game, 2 games, things like that in the near future. Questions?
Last Saturday said, or last Sunday, it was said that the defense dominated. After watching tape, do you get a sense of either side maybe having an advantage?
Offense had a lot more success than they had last week. You know, it's really hard to kind of tell if it's situational. You know, you put the ball on the 25 and the 5, but it's really good. It's good for the offense, good for the defense, those situations to feel that. And obviously, as it gets closer to the goal line, the intensity usually comes up a little bit. It's always good to see that. You know, I think for the most part, you know, looking at it, I think we had a receiver kind of get banged up, but that was really about it from what I know now. And that's really the big thing, you know, as far as the big picture is concerned, that get out of there fairly healthy. It was a really physical scrimmage, really the last 2. It felt different than last year at this time. There was a lot more physical, big hits, and of course that's, you know, really good for us of where we're at with that. But our guys are competing. They're growing together as a team, and today was a good step in that direction.
Last week's scrimmage was more run-oriented. You said today would be more equal. Do you think that?
Yeah, I don't know. We'll look at it. I think it was probably close to 50-50. But I mean, sometimes you gotta, especially get in there close, you gotta run the football, and the defense gotta stop the run. So there was a little bit of that too. You know, obviously the quarterback's not going live. I mean, that always is a little bit challenging with the straight drop back game and all that. We do got some guys that can rush the passer too, so that's really a good thing for Saturdays.
What did you see from Mikey today?
Yeah, Mikey is a guy that he understands what we're doing. He's a veteran guy that's been in the offense. I thought, like I said, he led a couple of touchdown drives and did some good things. And John Rice did the same thing. I mean, just kind of coming off the field, it felt fairly similar. Now, it always feels that way. You go in there and you actually look at the film and you can really break things down and kind of dissect them a little bit deeper.
Did you see a little bit of separation?
Not right now. Like I said, coming off right now, a big picture did. I think both of them did some good things. So we watch the film, that can be different.
Last scrimmage, you said the reps were about evenly split. Was it the same kind of going
Yeah,
to today?
it was. Yeah, it was. Evenly switched with the 1s and 2s. It's hard for a quarterback to get in a rhythm when you do that, but it is what it is right now. And Thomas got a lot of work. I think he got 4 series towards the end. We've been giving him more reps in regular practice too. You can tell he's coming on too, and I know everybody's focused on those 2 guys that are competing for the starting job, but he's a real quarterback in his own right.
To elaborate more on Tommy. Oh, go ahead.
Coach, your timeline for the quarterbacks, are you aware?
You know, I was early on. Well, I'd like it to be after the second scrimmage. I don't know if we're there or not. Like I said, my experience is usually you have enough things in practice where, you know, the whole team knows who the starter should be. I don't know if we're there yet, but you know, hopefully we can arrive to that sooner rather than later.
What's the challenge with that then?
The challenge is making sure that, you know, it's one of the most important decisions we'll make the whole year, and making sure we're right. And that's probably the biggest challenge. And I'll say this again, the good thing is we got 2 guys. We got 2 guys that we can win with, and I don't know how many programs around the country that can say that. And so we feel real strong about that.
Chip was very high on Tommy when we talked to him the other day. Just more specifically, what have you seen from him? What kind of progress coming in spring? Obviously, had been a major help.
He's talented. I mean, he's got an unbelievable arm. You know, he's got football instincts too. And you let him go live, it changes the game. And he just needs more experience. You know, he's learned a new offense, and you know, so he's having to think and do all that. But every day you see him going out there. And here's the thing about it for him: it's very important to him. Very important to him. He's got the intangible things as far as a team to be able to rally around him too. that's what you always look for in a quarterback.
Did you see better ball security today with the running backs? I know last week that was on.
There was one, the defense got a fumble on the 2-yard line. That's when the ball was on the ground. I think there was also another defense. Was it a scoop and score? Was that a scoop and score? It wasn't an interception, right? So it was a fumble. One of the receivers fumbled. They scoop and scored. Defense did, which is always good to see from a defensive standpoint. And then there was a fumble down there going in. It was with the 3, so I'm not sure exactly who was the guy that fumbled. It was a good job of the defense getting on it.
You know who picked it up on the score, the scoop and score?
Who picked it up on the scoop and score?
Malachi.
Yeah, Malachi Singleton. Yeah.
How do you feel about the play of your offensive line today and so far this game?
It was better than last week, and we went downhill a little bit more with some gap game, kind of mixed up the zone and gap and all that. And usually, you worry a little bit about gap in practice when you're not going full speed with tackles getting rolled up, centers getting rolled up and getting hurt. So when you come out and we just let it rip and do more gaps. So it was good for the offensive line. I thought overall that front 5, first 5 had a good day as far as getting a push up front.
I know you said you were concerned about one of your receivers health-wise. Just generally speaking, looking at camp, how's it been as far as that goes? With health?
We've had some hamstrings. I mean, that's been the frustrating thing, but really that's been the main thing. So, today was a big day to get through that. And, we got, like I said, we got one that's a little banged up, and hopefully it's not too serious.
Did you do some kicking?
Oh, we did. We went 2 live field goals at the end. It was just for our 2s. It wasn't our 1s because last week it was not cleaned up. And really the great thing about it, the defense got 2 blocks right there. So that's good that, we really talked about, being aggressive up front and field goal block. And it was good to get those 2 live reps. We did go live, kickoff, return in the middle of scrimmage. We got 3 reps, and it's good. That's how you figure it out. And like I told the guys today, man, it's so important. I mean, whatever you put on film, and we got to make decisions of where to put people. So it'll be really good for us to see what that looks like.
From the head coach perspective, is it challenging to kind of remember like every positive play as a negative play for the other side?
Yeah, I mean, out there, of course I'll call plays, but you're looking at a big picture from the head coach's standpoint. So there's good that you can learn, on both sides. And bottom line is, our guys compete. And I think we got a chance to be pretty good on both sides of football. And I think we got a chance to be pretty good on special teams. Now you got to do it. And you got to continue to try to improve, but we do have the ingredients for all 3.
Do you like the energy from the offense this week?
Yeah, it was better. I mean, they need to answer the bell. I mean, if they did not, have been really disappointed. But no, they got embarrassed last scrimmage. They came back. They practiced well before the scrimmage, and then they played pretty good today. But that's part of it. I mean, one group, how do you respond? The one group wins the scrimmage. How they respond? Are they going to come with the same energy? Are they going to let this group that didn't do as well, are they going to raise up and start playing football? So it's kind of one of those things that from head coach's standpoint, you want to see those things. And like I said, I think that both groups are very competitive. I think we got leadership on both groups, and really that was my number one thing before we started fall camp, that we had guys that were going to lead, because those coaches were on the sideline. And the players, it's a player's game. And every time I've got a chance to win a championship, it's always been player-led. So we've been really putting it back on our players to lead, and it feels good. You can feel it out there defensively, you can feel it out there offensively this week, the way they responded. So like I said, we're in a good spot. I know we've done a lot of talking, but now it's time to play, and it's getting to a point where we're going to start focusing on our first game.
Speaking of leadership, you, as the team elected their team, or you guys revealed your team captain selections yesterday. Can you talk about them a little bit, and what about their leadership qualities stands out to them that made them get voted?
Yeah, well, first of all, usually we wait until fall camp's over and we'll let our players vote for team captain. This year, I just think it's so unique. We got 16 transfers that came in. We got new guys, and I just felt real strong that we need to do that before. And so we let the players vote. I think they did a good job. I really feel like, from a coach's standpoint, if the coaches voted, it should be the same if the players, and it was. So that tells you these are true captains, these are true leaders, and like I said, I'm feeling good about those guys.
Coach, correct me if I'm wrong, but you only got 2 scrimmages this year. That's different from in the past. How does that change the evaluation?
Yeah, you can have a half a scrimmage later on. I think last year we went 2, and then we had young guys. We put the ball down, maybe half a scrimmage later. We'll see where we're at with that. You're always trying to develop those young guys, especially those guys don't get as many reps, as other guys. So we'll see where that goes. I know next Saturday, we'll do more situational stuff. It won't be like live against each other, but we'll need to do 2-minute, those kind of situations where you quick whistle and you take care of each other.
Coach, what song describes the mood of you and the team right now?
What song?
Yeah, what song?
Golly, man, I'm not real good at thinking quick. I got other coaches, like Chip Lindsey's really good, so maybe I can ask him and I'll text you later on, but I can't. Guys, what do you think? I mean, what do y'all think as far as, is there a song that is our mood right now? Okay, that's a tough one, man. That's wow. What's your name? What's your name?
Sean.
Okay, wow. It's like, remember that guy, the opening presser, that asked me how I'm going to handle the pressure, I don't know if y'all remember that. We'll put that in the same category. Who was that asked me?
That's Channel 2, right? Dan from Channel 2.
Yeah, Channel 2. So give a shout out to Channel 2 and welcome to the club.
The uniforms that came out yesterday, what was your favorite one, the new uniforms? How
What's
do you
that?
like those? Did you have a favorite one?
No, that's kind of not my world. Those guys, I think they liked it, so I liked it. So that's probably a question to ask these two. They'll be able to tell you.
All right, so Coach, what are your goals going into this next week of camp?
Really start put the piece of the puzzle situational. We got to get all of our situations, because in the course of a season, you go over every scenario this coming week you possibly could, and then the guys got to retain it. And those situations are usually when the game's on the line. You got to be able to execute it. So we got to really be locked in mentally. We got to be locked in physically. So really, that's the number one thing. Obviously, putting the piece of the puzzle about our ones and our twos and who we're going to start getting the reps
Do
to.
you like where you are right now?
I like where we're at. Yeah, I like where we're at right now. You feel our team coming together. You see both sides of the football getting more confidence. And then I'm always looking like, man, are they hungry? Are they hungry to be good? Because the coaches can want to be good all you want, but are the players? And I feel like our players are really hungry, and so that's really what excites me.
Last scrimmage, Coach, you said you felt the linebackers. Was there any particular group that stood out with this scrimmage? That you just
I don't
felt
think so.
everybody was?
I don't think so. No, I don't think there's one group. And that's not a bad thing for anybody, but not one group. No, stood out.
That's great, Coach.
Appreciate it.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you, Coach.
Coach, who's the wide receiver that got back?
I'm not counting.